You look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. Hey. How are you doing out there? Welcome to Stress Free and Self-Care Sunday. It's my favorite day. And welcome new members to the Health and Wellness Challenge group. We're so glad that you could join us, and it's never too late to start.
Right. Hi, I'm Victoria, Gutsy RN. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the 5 new members that joined yesterday. So super excited about that. Happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there. And yes, this is a great day to discuss as part of our habits. One of the other habits, the 5 habits, is stress release. How do we do that when we live in a culture of high stress? We kind of thrive on it. So let's talk about that. Oh, sis.
Yes, and I'm Terry, the Gutsy Mentor. Yes, self-care is all about maintaining you so that you can be stress-free and being healthy. And it's not only about the diet, it's about the physical activity, the adequate sleep that we get. Sleep is so important. Sometimes if you're doing everything right, check the sleep that you're getting, because sleep is so important. It will not let you lose weight, or it will not let you progress without the sleep. So that's so important, not only for the health part or the diet part, but also your ability to handle stress. Like, we all have stress factors come at us all the time. It's how we react to them. And that's what we're here to talk about, is how can we help ourselves be a little bit less stressed so that we could be more joyful? Because in the gut, stress can increase that sensitivity and reduce the blood flow and alter the gut bacteria. And so it's so important.
Right. So let's discuss a little bit before we get to the fun stuff of just how that excess stress can affect, as we keep talking about, our gut microbiome. So stress can affect the way the intestines absorb our nutrients and take in those nutrients. And our intestines have a tight barrier. It's that mucus barrier that prevents or protects our body from most food bacteria that we take in. So if we don't have that tight barrier protected, then that other bacteria, the non-beneficial bacteria, enters the bloodstream. And that's when we have a lot of our problems that we have. Also, we can, when you have that chronic stress or that excess stress, it can increase the gas, and that goes into the bloating, which all of us hate as well. So super important to have that diverse gut microbiome with the beneficial bacteria, so it can not wreak havoc on our body, and it can help our intestines absorb the nutrients and prevent anything that's not supposed to enter the bloodstream entering the bloodstream. And one other thing, there is emerging research that is showing that there's a definite relationship between our gut microbiome and our neuroendocrine system with those neurotransmitters, and they're communicating one another. So how we respond to stress is related to how our gut microbiome, how our healthy gut microbiome is. And so if we don't have a healthy gut microbiome, the chronic stress has reduced that gut biodiversity. And so now we have kind of these issues going on in our gut. It's directly communicating that to our brain. And so that brain is going to handle stress a little bit differently. And that's where our anxieties, depressions, and things like that go in, because our gut, like our brain, has serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine. So didn't know that. And so they're realizing you have to have a healthy gut so you can have a healthy mind.
It's so amazing how much is related to the gut, because that's where the bacteria that communicates to all of that, it's where it lives. And so it's fascinating every time I dig in and read a little bit more here and there, because a happy gut is really a happy you and a less stressed life, because and it's not that those factors don't appear, it's how we react to them. Like I was saying before, we can use techniques to find ways to reduce that stress. That's so important because it does deplete those nutrients in our bodies, and we need to really really pay attention to that. So if we put everybody else first and not ourselves, our ability to help those people that we're putting first is a little degraded because we're not bringing our best selves. We're just sliding in there depleted. And I so know that. I always, was like, oh, I got to go to work. I got to do this. I got to, get to this place that they're at. And I would be sliding in here and there to the kids' activities. And I was showing up, and I had this smile on it, but inside I wasn't my best self, so I wasn't able to be all of me showing up. So we want to talk about tips to distress. What are some of those things that we can do? Self-care is so important to that. I talked about sleep. Getting 7 hours of sleep a night is really important. Now, again, everybody's different, so find that sweet spot. I know my brother, 4 hours and he's good to go. But, really check yourself if some of those other activities, like I was saying, is not, or habits that you're doing is not, you're not seeing any differences, or you're not feeling any difference, because again, you're going to feel it before you see it. Then think about, am I getting enough sleep? So that also helps you have a positive mindset. The way you talk to yourself is so important. How are you talking to yourself? Are you being as nice to yourself as you are your grandchildren, or your 5-year-old self? Would you talk to your 5-year-old self the same way that you're talking to yourself now? And don't answer that question when you say, how can I be so stupid? Don't answer it. It's bad enough you're asking yourself that question. It's even worse when you go to say, that's because I did blah, blah, blah. We need to stop talking to ourselves in bad ways. Check yourself and be nicer to yourself, because your brain will go where you tell it to go. Remember, if you tell yourself, how can I be so stupid? Your brain will help you answer that question. Well, you did this, you did this. So just like, that is not like me. That is not like me. And your brain will show you how it's not like you. It's amazing. It's like when you drive and you see a car that you want to buy, and all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of them and you see it everywhere. It's because you told your brain you want to have that car. So your brain's helping you with your dreams. It's helping you see. There it is. There it is. It's a good thing that I want that, because look, it's very common. And so it's fascinating how our brains work. Exercise is really important. Opt outside, fresh air. New studies have shown that being outside and having that fresh air does something in terms of that mind-gut connection, that life is good, and help yourself with a whole bunch of doses of that, except when it's a heat wave where it's too hot. Then help yourself out and do things inside, like yoga or listening to music, just dancing around, and helping yourself be a little more happy. You have to tell yourself, I want to be happy. And so doing these things helps your body and the energy. And then focusing on breathing, big inhale and exhale really resets your mind. And if, also the other factor, just crazy breaths like that will just reset those neurons to just give yourself time to relax. And it's so important. Reducing stress can be simplified. Laughter is the best. They always said it was the best medicine, and they were so right. The truth is that stress management can be has some short-term and long-term effects on laughter. It can stimulate your oxygen with rich air. It stimulates your heart, the lungs, the muscles. It helps you relax, and it just helps you be a little bit more yourself. And some of the long-term effects is about improving your immune system. There is a connection that long-term laughter long-term meaning 24 hours. A laughing this morning can help you later in the day because it has those helpful stimulation to those immune system. It's so important, that mind, gut, and even heart connection.
There are
Pardon?
ideas for practicing self-care for our physical and mental and emotional well-being. So let's just focus on some of the ideas that people can do and break it down. So physical can be going for a walk, dancing, hiking. I like working out, so that's my de-stressor. If I really feel like I've had a stressful day because I've gone to work and I'm trying to just not think about anything. Sometimes my Hallmark movies, those are things that work for me. You need to find some things that work for you. You know, just playing with the dog, all of it, something physical and active. And then the mental, maybe sometimes you do need a break and you need to go out for that walk or take a pause or use some of the breathing techniques that Terry has said, because those are things you can do in your workplace very easily if because we can't control our environment, that life that hits you. You can't control a boss that may have yelled at you, or life getting in the way. My husband just broke his hip. You can't control those things. Some of the pressures that are on you, timelines, things like that, you can't control. Yeah. So how your response to those things, those are the things you can control, and trying to get into managing and practicing those techniques as soon as those pressures hit. Go, okay, I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take that deep breath. I'm going to make sure today I go for a walk. So you take your body. Remember, exercise helps the gut microbiome as well. Go do something active so you're keeping your gut in balance and your brain in balance, so that gut-brain axis is staying connected and healthy. And emotional, you just want to make sure too that you take time for yourself, your spiritual, emotional well-being. Those are meditating, quietness, be still, really enjoying and having a good attitude about a lot of the things and the positive things that are going on for your life. Because everybody has negative things going on in their lives, but everybody does have positive things. Even if you don't think so, you really do have positive things. Just take a moment to appreciate all of that.
And phone a friend. Sometimes your friends can make you laugh. In this group, if you need support, tell us. We'll be at your side, because it's all about doing this together so that we can learn together and get healthy together. It's right. Really so true.
Right. We have,
yeah.
We're talking about focusing on the mind and gut. There is a beneficial supplement that, because Plexus does work with synergy and working with that community and complementary products. And we concentrated on the very core product yesterday on the pink drink, the prebiotic, nourishing and flourishing, the probiotics to make sure that we're having a good gut microbiome and keeping that beneficial bacteria in place. And then the gentle cleanse, and they call it a cleanse, but just removing the toxins in the best way possible in normal fashion. But there is another product called Vital Biome that is a probiotic that's clinically demonstrated with ingredients that help improve our health and our mood. And it delivers diverse probiotic strains to reduce those feelings of stress and tension, and reducing occasional GI discomfort and rebalancing your gut. So it reduces feelings of stress and improves mood. So I just ordered that yesterday because I know that I'm under a little bit of stress right now with an emergency move due to my husband's recent fall, and all of those things I can't control because I have deadlines on me, you know, when you're signing your agreements, and everybody's wondering here, and the hospital's wondering when can he come home and discharge, and you're just like dancing and unpacking as fast as you can. Yes, I did do a move from the in 10 days from the start of signing to in place and moved in. So that took a little stress on me.
Amazing.
So I'm realizing, hey, I'm going to do this Vital Biome to replenish, because I want to show up to anything in a grumpy mood or be sad. I enjoy life and I want to be happy. So back to replenishment. And let us know if you have any questions. Yeah.
It's so important. I even take Epsom salts bath that helps replenish because you get that magnesium going in your whole body. And it just feels so good, especially if you have aches and pains, which also can be triggered with some of the stress. The more stressed you are, the tighter you are. And so when the muscles aren't relaxing, you're going to feel the pain points more. So it's so good for you. But there's also food. What foods can we eat to minimize stress? And some of the scientifically backed food that has the nutrients that focus on some stress support is bananas and spinach and olive oil. It's oats and strawberries and rooibos tea. Oh my gosh, there's so much information about that. Had no clue about it, but I'll be posting about that because it's amazing. Dark chocolate, my favorite. Good thing that comes in. No wonder when I'm stressed, I'm going for that chocolate. But sugar depletes your stress response. And so make sure that you're looking at those chocolates that you have on hand. Have some of the natural sweeteners. There's a lot of new companies coming out with having natural sweeteners in it in terms of the processed sugar. Yes, sugar comes from a sugar cane, which is plant-based. It's the amount of processing that it goes through that it changes the molecule makeup, and that's what our bodies have trouble recognizing what it is. It just puts it to the side because it doesn't know what it is because it's been processed so much. And that's in case you were wondering, well, that's from a sugar cane. Anyway, so those are some foods that you can eat to help with that.
Yeah. So
with that, we want to just say, give us a call. Remember that we're here to get healthy together. Give us a note. How are you doing? And then celebrate. Today's a celebration day. Even for those of us that have lost their fathers, I still celebrate them. And then, of course, my husband, we're celebrating him today, too. So if you're out there, don't worry about what you're eating. There's a time and place. And Vic was so the clarity that you brought to it a couple of days ago in terms of just, I don't even remember what you said. It just enjoy your time, but do it in moderation, I guess, is the point for that.
Yeah,
so it's hot again outside. Hydration. Yes, definitely. And water helps with stress release too, because it gets those water molecules movement, helps with reduce tension. So cheers and enjoy practicing self-care, manage your stress, and have a great day. Bye for now.